Are you planning a ski trip to Switzerland but want to go somewhere different? Well, the Alpes Vaudoises could just be the destination for you. This region is home to a collection of ski resorts that offer everything from family-friendly slopes to perfect terrain parks. But which resort is right for you? Let's break it down. Located in the Vaud canton of western Switzerland, the Alpes Vaudoises includes several interconnected and standalone resorts, just a couple of hours from Geneva. These areas include Villars, Gryon and Diablerets, which is a combined ski area of 112 kilometres of pistes, Glacier 3000, home to one of the steepest runs in Europe and an incredible peak walk experience, and Leysin, Les Mosses, La Lécherette, where in Leysin the terrain parks attracts the pros, and in La Lécherette you can escape the crowds and modern facilities and take a step back in time. Well, over the past few seasons, I've been lucky enough to snowboard at all of these resorts, and if you want to learn more about each individual resort, the resort reviews will be linked down in the description. However, stay tuned as we dive into the Alpes Vaudoises as a whole. Let's start with the largest ski area in the Alpes Vaudoises, the linked area of Villars, Gryon and Les Diablerets. As mentioned, this ski area has a total of 112 kilometres of slopes, which combine these three distinct Swiss ski areas. That's big enough to have plenty to offer, but small enough to be able to ski between its furthest points and back in just one day. This combined ski area is great for beginners and intermediates, which make it a fond destination with British families. Each of the ski areas has great facilities for beginners to take their first turns, but the real selling point is the magnitude of blue and red terrain that make exploring between Les Diablerets and Gryon accessible to intermediates. Villars sits in between Gryon and Diablerets, and as such is a popular base for many visiting the ski area. Villars is also really easily accessible by train, which actually stops right in the centre of the ski resort. Villars' highest point, Le Grand Champ stands at 2,120 metres and is the highest point in the Villars Gryon Diablerets ski arena. Gryon is worth visiting for its long blue route between the Croix de Chaux and the village. This run offers over 800 metres of vertical descent, and if it interests you, there is a run through of this route linked in the description. Besides from that, Gryon is the smallest ski area of the three, so you'll want to spend time exploring the others. Locally, Gryon is best known for having some beautiful wide pistes which are perfect for cruising. My favourite base in the ski area is Les Diablerets. I enjoy staying in Diablerets for a few reasons. Firstly, I like the village. It is small, has some decent restaurants and some nice local shops, but for me it is a good blend of having everything I need without having the noise. Secondly, Diablerets is a cruiser's paradise. There isn't anything overly challenging in Diablerets, but that's okay, as you have Glacier 3000 right on your doorstep if you want to push yourself. Thirdly, Diablerets offers night skiing. Although it can be busy, night skiing in Diablerets offers another string to your ski holiday, something different to mix it up. Finally, Diablerets is uniquely placed to make it easy to access Villars and Gryon by skiing, but also close enough to drive or take local buses to the other Alpes Vaudoises ski areas of Leysin and Glacier 3000. It is worth noting here that both Villars and Diablerets have decent terrain park setups, but if freestyle is your thing, stay tuned to later in the video where you can explore the best terrain park on the Magic Pass. The real pros of visiting the Villars, Gryon, Diablerets ski areas are the beautiful south-facing views and sunshine that always seems to be out in this area. The fact that Villars is easily accessible by road and public transport make it a staple with visitors. There is also endless intermediate terrain which make it a really great place to progress your skiing or snowboarding. Finally, the large interconnected area means that you can mix up where you want to ski each day, keeping things interesting. However, potential downsides to this ski area are the lack of advanced terrain for those looking for more challenge and the lower elevation of the ski areas. But just be wary booking for really early or late in the season. If in doubt, Glacier 3000, however, is just up the road. Speaking of Glacier 3000, it would be remiss to make a video about the Alpes Vaudoises and not mention it. Glacier 3000 is not only amongst my favourite Magic Pass ski destinations, but amongst my favourite in the world. There really is something so special about snowboarding at Glacier 3000, surrounded by some pretty epic Swiss mountain scenery. Nothing quite showcases this more than a walk across the Glacier 3000 peak walk. This metal suspension bridge is breathtaking, and the views from here well worth the steps it takes to make it up. Whenever I head to Glacier 3000, I always have to take some time out and head to the peak walk. It is literally stunning. The ski area of Glacier 3000 is home to 28 kilometres of terrain, including the infamous Black Wall slope. Don't be scared, however, Glacier 3000 has plenty for intermediates with some of the best blue pistes for cruising in the whole of the Alpes Vaudoises. What you can guarantee at Glacier 3000 is the quality of snow due to the ski resort's altitude, which makes Glacier 3000 the go-to Alpes Vaudoises ski resort for the best conditions. Unlike neighbouring Villars, Gryon and Diablerets, Glacier 3000 has plenty to offer advanced skiers and snowboarders, with not just the Black Wall, but another 7-kilometre long black route, which is a real leg burner. In addition to both of those black routes, Glacier 3000 is well known for its free ride opportunities. The pros of visiting Glacier 3000 are the fantastic conditions and snow reliability. There's quality blue trails which are perfect for learning or practicing your carving, and of course, the Black Wall, Europe's steepest pisted run, which is one of my favourite things that I've ever gone to on a snowboard. Potential downsides to Glacier 3000 include it being a smaller ski area. You will want to make this part of a trip to another Alpes Vaudoises ski resort, and the lack of accommodation near Glacier 3000's base means that skiers and snowboarders visiting Glacier 3000 will more likely stay in the nearby town of Diablerets. Finally, the ski area of Leysin, Les Mosses and La Lacherette in the Alpes Vaudoises complete the skiable terrain in this video. Similar to Villars, Gryon and Diablerets ski area, the combined Leysin, Les Mosses, La Lacherette ski area has 100 kilometres of combined piste, where snowboarding is possible above 2,000 metres. Starting with the smallest area of La Lacherette, this is a beauty. Away from modern facilities and the grandeur of many Swiss ski resorts, La Lacherette is a throwback. Lacherette is home to just 3 drag lifts that pull the willing to the top of what can only be described as more of a hill than a mountain. What Lacherette misses in size, it more than delivers in experience. Some incredible blue and red pistes make La Lacherette a fantastic resort to just cruise around. Lacherette's single black run is outstanding in that you will have it mainly to yourself. If I was going to give La Lacherette a motto, it would be excellence without excess. Across the road, Les Mosses has a similar vibe, however on a larger, more popular scale. Les Mosses similarly only has surface lifts, but there is a great mix of red and blue runs here that are really enjoyable. Les Mosses is also usually baked in sunshine, so that is a real win. Lift number 10, La Arsat, is a steep drag that accesses a fantastic red that should be attempted whilst visiting Les Mosses. Les Mosses is busier than La Lacherette, so bear that in mind if you're trying to avoid the crowds. A short ski bus away is the main attraction to this combined ski area, Leysin. Leaving the drag lifts behind, in Leysin you will instead find 6 chairlifts and a gondola. That being said, the word modern can't be used to describe all of the chairlifts here. The Leysin ski area is an attraction to freestyle skiers and snowboarders who head to the Leysin Park, one of the best on the Magic Pass. Leysin Park is a well put together freestyle setup that is designed for way better snowboarders than me. However, as an intermediate, I felt comfortable with the progression in the park and that the small and medium lines were accessible to most. Elsewhere in Leysin, you will again find mostly intermediate terrain with the odd black thrown in. Leysin is a slightly strange ski area, similar in Andermatt to its layout, but this actually helps as few skiers venture as far as the Solpar region, so you can have this area to yourself. Some of the pros of visiting Leysin is the fantastic terrain park, the wide groomed slopes found around the rest of the resort, and the affordability to stay in the village here. In one of my visits to the Alpes Vaudoises, I stayed in an apartment, a simple 2-minute walk from the gondola, and it didn't break the bank. Potential downsides to a trip to Leysin are the connection and ski bus can feel a bit clunky, but if you have your own car, then travel between the areas is fine. For me, if I was heading to the Alpes Vaudoises again and I will have a car, then staying in Diablerets makes the most sense. Being a short drive from Glacier 3000 and Leysin, but also easily skiable to Villars and Gryon, it gives you the best of both worlds. However, that is what suits my purposes. Leysin may be a better budget option, whereas Villars is great for families. Finally, I wanted to discuss lift passes for when you visit the Alpes Vaudoises. All of the resorts mentioned are available on the local Alpes Vaudoises regional pass. This will cost 349 francs for an adult for a 6-day lift pass. However, if your plan is simply to stay in one of the ski areas and not venture across resorts, you can get a cheaper local pass. Many people watching this channel will know that the Magic Pass, Switzerland's answer to the Epic and Icon passes, is also valid in the Alpes Vaudoises. This makes sense if you're going to ski more than 1 week this winter, with the early bird price available for 419 Swiss francs. I know by the time that this video comes out, the price of the Magic Pass will have risen, but it's definitely worth bearing in mind for next winter. You will want to look for the Magic Pass discount in advance of the season, and it will save you money if you are skiing more than 1 week. So that's it. There's your guide to the ski resorts of the Alpes Vaudoises. It may not be as famous as Verbier or Zermatt, but again, that's part of the magic. Fewer crowds, authentic Swiss charm, and plenty of terrain to explore. If you found this video helpful, I would absolutely love it if you could hit the like, make sure that you subscribed, and drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've been to the region or if you're planning to take a trip this year, and there will be more resort guides to follow. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon with another video.